Hey folks, welcome back. Last video I covered Genesis Battle of Champions, Alpha, Beta, Welcome to Jalera, and Raze overview of print runs. And I actually wanted to spend a little bit of time just to really understand the secondary marketplace of Genesis, as well as give people a little bit more information that maybe they don't have access to or they're not aware of. So what I wanted to do today was just kind of dive a little bit deeper into Raze. This is the first set I'm going to try to take a swing at this with. Please keep in mind that this is kind of an ever-evolving template, and I will try to do my best to include things that are relevant. What I wanted to do today was just kind of break down a little bit of the information, give people that are Genesis Battle of Champions fans and collectors and investors alike a little bit more information to, hopefully arm them with the ability to do more collecting and more transacting and help the game grow, as well as get the cards they need to play the game. And so without any further ado, I want to try to jump right into it. All right, so we've got over here the set composition. This is basically what is in the set of Raze. We've got 25 epic rares, 25 rares, which are the same as the epics. And we've got 31 uncommons, 40 commons, some starter cards, and tip cards. We've got the print run, so we know that there were 655 booster boxes. That gives us a total of 15,720 boosters. And then we've got two different composition of packs. Some of the packs will have an epic rare in them, and when that's the case, we have one epic rare, one rare, 0 starter or tip cards, 3 uncommons, 10 commons. And when you do not receive an epic rare, you're getting a rare, a starter tip card, 3 uncommons, and a common, or 10 commons, sorry. And so when you break this all down, I ran the numbers, you get 3 epic rares per box. It's 1 in 8 packs. When you break that down, you run into a scenario where you have approximately 78 of each epic rare, 628 of each rare, 1,457 of each uncommon, 3,930 commons, approximately 312 of the starter, as well as 1,250 of the tip cards. Now, why is this important? Well, this is a very, very short print run, just like Alpha, Beta, and Welcome to Jalera were. And what you get is you've got 25 of these epic rares here. Now, before I get into the epics, I just want to highlight that I have put up here some pricing. Now, this pricing is not the be-all, end-all. I actually just put something in as a placeholder to start this off with. And so I have the booster boxes sitting here at $150 and a booster pack, therefore, at $6.25. My suggestion to you, and in full disclosure, I own some of all of Genesis except some Alpha right now. At these print runs, 655 boxes at $150 a box, I buy every one I can that I can afford. If and when this game decides to balloon and take off, the print run is so small that it will be so hard to get these, and collectors and investors will be all over this. Additionally, players who like to flex and play with the original copies are going to want these things as well. So at $150 a box, I'm a buyer all day long. When you look at the epic rares, we've got 25 different ones here, okay? And so on my chart here, I've kind of just put in a $10 price point per. I've got links on these to each of the pictures on the website, on the official Haunted Castle Gaming website. And then I've just kind of got the artist, the chi, and the affiliations. This is more for deck building or people who want to collect certain artists to have this information available. But what I've got here is the approximate number of copies. Now, when you look at this and you see 78 copies of an epic rare, that's less than 100 copies of these cards. And these cards are going to become huge collector's items when this game starts to grow. The fact that you probably have more than 78 players in your country right now, not every single person can even get one copy of these cards. This means at the most there can only be 78 complete sets of Raze out there. And that's if those are distributed to 78 different people. I know for a fact that that can't happen because I own some of these cards. And these are one of the cards that I believe will be extremely valuable in the future. The epic rares from Raze, the epic rares from Welcome to Jalera, which we'll get to. And I wanted to just kind of highlight that and just really let that sink into people. I know that these are distributed in the hands of a small group of people right now because of the size of the game, but as this game grows, those cards will be distributed across the world and will become harder and harder to find. And in addition, these cards are not in the greatest of conditions all the time. There's been some print challenges, and so finding ones in really good grades is going to be really hard to do. So if we just go past the epic rares for a minute, I just want to kind of cover the starter cards. So these are the champions. You've got, three different versions, and this is why I put the artists in here as well. As you've got Odara by Damian, by Philip, and then we've got the full art version. And so when you look at that, because of the distribution of those, there's only approximately 300 of each of those. So if you've got a favorite champion, I recommend always picking those up. They're really cheap right now. Grab them while you can. And then when you get into some of these other cards, the uncommons, the rares, I've just put some placeholders here, some values. So we're not going to run through it all, but I put $5 a rare, I think 50 cents an uncommon, and 25 cents per common. Now just keep in mind, some of these are going to be highly playable compared to others, and some of them have been reprinted. And so, pick cards that you like. Grab them now while they're cheap, because you know what? It's going to be cool in 2 or 3 years to be able to play with the original, Colossal Ants versus the J2 or subsequent printings. And some of these cards you actually need, 4, 5, 6, 10 copies of in your deck if you're going to run a deck based around them. And so that makes these very challenging and very hard to get in the future. So what I'm hoping to do with this information, guys, is I really want to get the community's feedback on, any transactions maybe you're having with these cards, if you're open to disclosing them, especially the rares, the epic rares, and sealed product. Because what I'd like to start doing is really understanding where the community values these at and sees them going. I know that there's some fan favorite cards in here. The Lightless Tibicina is going to probably be one that's going to be a little bit higher than others. Call to Bones. You're going to look at the Giant Scorpions are always great. Amber Dragon. So what it's going to come down to is, where are these going to be in a few years, and do you want to set yourself up for that now? And part of what I've been telling people is that if you have access to buy this Giant Scorpion for $8, $10, $12, $20 versus another copy of J2 for a few dollars less, and you can afford to buy either this epic rare extended or just the actual rare version of it, go ahead and do that, because you know what? It's going to pay off in the long run. People are always going to want the original versions of every card. So that's all I wanted to do today. I want to actually, just give a shout out to Sid. I know his father watched my first video and was looking for more of this kind of content, and this is the kind of stuff I think I can contribute to right now. I don't have the deck tech. I haven't played enough of the game, but I think it's a really cool game. I think that there's some really good things going on right now with the championship coming up, and I think that this game is just ready to explode. And I think as some of the people from the kitchen table TCG groups start playing their cards, if they get into that's been distributed widely around the US, I think that there's a pretty good following in Europe, and I think it's just a matter of stores starting to open up and people seeing this and playing it, and just be ready. I know there's a lot of guys here in the Canadian marketplace that have been in since the beginning, and they're starting to see a lot of new people come into the game, and it's exciting. I know some of those guys are going to be extremely happy if these prices go up as well, but also they want this game just to do well. And I think that the more people play and the more people talk about it and the more content that's created, the more exposure it's going to get. And yeah, I'm hoping to do more of this kind of content for other sets, as well as try to keep some of this up to date. And if you've got information, please feel free to send me a message. I'm on the Discord group. I'm on Facebook group, and you know, you can feel free to just ping me in the video comments as well. If you like this and you want to see more of it, you know, click the thumbs up, click a subscribe. I don't have a lot of subscribers right now. This is kind of a part-time thing for me, but you know, I'd like to start giving away some packs and some booster boxes and some singles to people. So maybe we start getting a following here, and we have some prizes. So anyways, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend and take care, guys.